still seems to be a lot of questions out there that haven't been answered, so we've assembled a very diverse panel to answer those questions. The longer we draw this meeting out, the less we'll be able to accomplish. So please keep it civil. We have law enforcement officers here. If it gets too disruptful, we'll just give you a friendly reminder and ask you to please calm down. We may have to do that out in the lobby. But again, just let's please keep it civil. We'll get more accomplished if we do that. On Monday, if you recall, we did a press release. And that press release evolved into a press conference. And the purpose of that was to squelch some of the rumors we heard. And we felt obligated to our community to keep them well informed and tell them the facts as we know it. So what I identified in that time was two issues. One was a very large issue at the federal level, and two was a local issue with the fact that we were going to be receiving immigrants 140 every 72 hours, and we had to get a plan in place. So we wanted to assure this community that Murrieta is safe, that 140 every 72 hours was within the current capacity. We had some concerns about that, but that there was a bigger issue. And the bigger issue was at the federal level. And I mentioned we're going to have a town meeting to see how we can collaborate and what we can do to address this from a large group of people beyond Murrieta. How can the region affect change at the federal level? So that's what this meeting is about. And I want to thank you with the utmost sincerity for being here tonight. No matter what side you're on, I think what we can all establish is change needs to occur at the federal level in many, many ways.
Mayor Long, members of the City Councils, Murrieta and Temecula, and staff, Murrieta Police Department, and my constituents. I'm very honored to be here tonight. It's delightful to see so many of our citizens coming out and encouraging us to do the right thing here in Southwest Riverside County. President Obama yesterday, in a White House conference, concluded that the release of what could be thousands of Central American migrants is the result of Congress's failure to enact meaningful, comprehensive immigration reform. Unfortunately, here in Murrieta, we now find ourselves in a situation not because we do not have comprehensive immigration reform, but rather because we have a lack of political will to protect our borders. Which, my friends, is a federal responsibility consistent with I call upon the citizens of this great country, and particularly in this great county, to petition their congressional representatives and President Obama to stop this action of exploiting frightened and traumatized women and children from other Central American countries. For nothing more than satisfying a political agenda. My friends, these are human beings and displaced families that are traumatized as victims of our lack of border enforcement. As county officials, we do not make U.S. border policy, enforcement, nor immigration policies. We do, however, as a county, have a responsibility to ensure that those that come into our country be released into our communities free from communicable diseases and are not criminals. We should always be the humanitarian people the United States have always been known to be, and ensure that those that are released to our care have medical and social service oversight that counties are required by law to provide. We must, however, unify as a county with all of our member cities, and react in a peaceful and orderly way, and demand that the Congress of the United States immediately secure our borders. Demand of our federal officials that they enforce current immigration laws. And do what they are legally compelled to do, which is to protect and defend our unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We must, however, unify as a county with our member cities and react in a peaceful and orderly way that demands that our Congress of the United States immediately secure our borders, enforce current immigration laws, and block all attempts to pass any form of amnesty, legislation, or effort. And to do what they are legally already compelled to do, which is to protect and defend our unalienable rights. As Chairman of the Board of Supervisors of Riverside County, I briefed my colleagues yesterday in our public meeting of this debacle. And I have to tell you, my colleagues support the efforts, and all of our county employees, all 18,000 of them, are on full alert and are ready to be mobilized. Peter Lent, our Deputy Director of the Office of Emergency Services, will address you tonight. I also engaged Dr. Kaiser, our Public Health Officer, early on in this process to organize and arrange one of our mobile county hospitals to be brought to the Border Patrol site to examine migrants at risk for such communicable diseases as scabies, swine flu, measles, mumps, chicken pox, tuberculosis, and whooping cough, just to name a few. And I have to tell you that I was outraged to learn that our mobile hospital and doctors would be denied access to Border Patrol property, risking the health and safety of our residents. I later learned that FEMA would perform these exams and that in Texas that FEMA performed these exams, but due to the protesters here in Murrieta, we had some buses that were put on. Isn't it surprising to learn that many of the children and adults that were returned to San Ysidro had to be checked into local hospitals? We must demand better communications with our federal officials that are here tonight. We cannot engage and do our part as local government to protect our citizens without the federal officials being transparent, open, and truthful of the issues that we face in this unfortunate situation. The county stands ready, and we are unified with our city leaders to protect the citizens that have entrusted us with their care and their safety. I want to thank you all for being here tonight on the eve of our upcoming nation's independence celebration. Democracy is alive and well, and many of us that have been in elected office locally here, we know that we don't represent ourselves. We represent you, our constituents, and we all remain honored to do so, and that we will remain united to mitigate this crisis that has been hastily thrown at our community with so little time to prepare and react. I look forward to your comments and questions. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.